Right. Hello, and welcome to this week's In Service to the Heart. Hmm. Let's just gather ourselves to this moment, allowing our eyes to close down and feeling that leaning into your seat, this opportunity to let go of any sense of holding or grasping or urgency, to just invite a slowing down and a sinking into this eternal moment. Inviting your heart to breathe the breath as we just invite all of the orbiting energetic bodies and everything that it's holding and processing to gently slow, 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 coming to synchronize and be forward facing with your entire being. Inviting the mental body to settle like this, the surface of a mountain lake. Notice what it looks like and feels like as we turn our attention there. What does the surface of this mountain lake of your mind look like? And whatever it looks like, inviting it to slow and slow and settle and smooth out ever so gently across the entire lake of your mind. Until it's so still, it can reflect the above. Allowing that awareness of utter stillness and pristine reflection. Feeling the breath deepen into the heart, the belly, the hips, the root. Allowing all things to pause, to stand still, and to lengthen into the flow of oneness. And feeling what you feel, notice what you notice when all that has been moving and orbiting comes to pause and align with the center of your being. Align with equidistant of front body and back body, from side to side, from above and below, and just allowing cohesiveness and expansion to feel this equidistant sphere of your whole beingness, and allowing it to be as big as it wants to be right now. With that expansion, we trust the openings and that which gets to just fall away, fly off, let go. And breathing into that front and the back of the heart as we surrender into the flow of the infinite. As we allow this awareness of our full field of being, our totality of beingness, to now recognize and recognize the infinite, the space beyond our own field. Surrendering into the spiraling open quantum field of the great I am itself, of the mystery. Letting go into the current, the flow of the ever becomingness of that which I choose to call spirit. This divine living intelligence that is everything. Seen and unseen, known and unknown, conscious and unconscious. It is the all. Recognizing and recognizing to the truth of the all as the one itself, the one source, this absolute consciousness that is not bound by time or space or human constraints. It's not defined by human conditions. It's not created from our human perception. It is boundless. It is allness. It is everythingness. It is nothingness. It is. It simply is. So as the I am presence itself, as spirit itself that has no opposites, we know that it reveals infinite consciousness, awareness, capacity, possibility. And it's ever opening, it's ever expanding, it's ever becoming, it's ever allowing, it's ever active. So, in surrender of our full being to this living resonance, we know that it is as all. It must be where I am, and each one anchored in this prayer field is. But there is nothing other than this. This ever opening luminosity of creative potentiality, this eternal presence that is all wisdom, all joy, all possibility, all peace that surpasses human understanding. It's not bound by certain conditions in the human experience. It absolutely, fully exists. That is all light, not defined by shadow, but existing as infinite truth itself. Not bound by duality or human law, that ever flowing abundance is the truth of the divine intelligence. It's the truth of each one. It's the truth of all. It's the truth of each one of us anchored in this soul field, this particular soul group, to root in this field of knowing and to allow it to be. So it is the living frequency as each one here. It is the living intelligence. It is the divine blueprint of each one. This love intelligence, this peace intelligence, this joy intelligence, this abundance intelligence, all of this ageless, boundless, timeless consciousness. And these resonant frequencies of expression of the divine that have no beginning and no end and no opposite. So we anchor this truth in consciousness, we seed it, this remembrance right here and right now, and allow it to grow as each one to ignite the light within, to ignite the light of this living blueprint, to ignite the ancient remembering, to ignite the depth of knowing, to ignite the wisdom, the power, the truth, the love, the peace, and more, to ignite this divine intelligence that each one is a living emanation of. And so we allow it to remember the divine architecture of our being right now. We allow it to amplify, to brighten. The consciousness of the I am as each one uniquely expressing, knowing that all is the one itself. We allow it to unmesh with any unserving energies, patterns, conditionings, or beings. We allow the luminosity of this divine blueprint of each one's being to do the work of unentangling with any untruths, with any attachment to condition or circumstance, with any externalizing of value or identity. We allow that all to fall away now in the light of the truth of the divine that each one is, each one a living representation of all of that possibility, all of the peace, all of the joy, all of the abundance and more. We allow it to expand throughout each one's full field, to be the dominant organizing frequency of the body temple, the systems, the organs, the cells, the functionality of every aspect of this earth suit, and into that wider field, that from stillness, there is this knowingness, this igniting, this remembrance, and we allow it to expand in all directions of each one's multidimensionality, to harmonize and uplift all the places of forgetting and asleepness, and continue to unwind from any attachments, entanglements, ensnarements of dominant paradigm untruth, to liberate, to liberate, to liberate your full field of being, to reveal more of your essential nature uniquely expressed, the essential nature of the infinite. So resting and allowing the speed of light to move through and do what it does to ignite the light and attune to the liberated matrix of your true self. Feeling the depth of resourcing throughout and beyond time and space, from the realms of the above and the below, from the eternal self, from the infinite as source itself, knowing that each one is never, ever separate and revealing the truth of the all. So we allow this awakening and igniting of the true light, the true self, to extend beyond even that which we can perceive right now. From stillness, expanded capacity to embody this living truth. And we let it be, we let it have its way to breathe and receive, to breathe and allow, to breathe and deeper surrender, to breathe and relax into this ageless, infinite truth. So nothing to be done, nothing to manage or make happen or prove, simply to be, to allow, to feel, and to know. And so we know the truth of each one as wholeness itself, as everything unfolding in divine perfection, and as deeply resourced, as an expression of this living intelligence, as a fully fortified, fully resourced emanation of this living truth. And we allow it to spark into the furthest recesses of our whole being. And we let it be with such appreciation for the living truth as each one, with such gratitude for the depth of work each one is yesing to expand their capacity to embody who they really are, to untether from what is no longer serving, and to be open and spacious to being of service just by being who they are, as this remembering continues, as this structural awareness of the fortitude, the supply, the clarity, the capacity for each one to continue to expand possibility in the human experience, to represent this potentiality and wisdom and knowing and love and grace and joy and possibility and yes. And so we nourish the yes here and now for the continuation of the opening of this divine living intelligence and the letting go of the old programming, the old stories, the old cages. So we bless the ongoing liberation of self, of spirit, of love. We know here and now each one is free to be who and what they truly are, to be the blessing, to be the gift, to be the light, to be the yes, to be the living example, to be. How good it is. How graceful, how full of grace it is. And we celebrate the already doneness, the already liberated, the already free, the already known, the already true. And this continued luminous, expansive architecture of divine intelligence. It has all that it needs already as each one, and it is what is. And so we let it be. We let this resonance, this frequency, do the work of delivering each one to exactly where they are meant to be, to delivering all the support in the unseen and the seen, to delivering the clarity, to delivering the abundance. We rest in expectancy of this amplified return, living by the principles of universal law, not bound by human law, living by the principles of universal law. And so, in expectancy, in truth, in trust, we know that it's already done. And so we let it go upon the circulating flow of universal law, and we let it be. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you for joining me for this lighting up the matrix of the divine self. And until next time, be well.